Hi, welcome back to Gamescape 3D. Today we're going to very quickly go over our Orc Wasteland Fort. We're going to review the walls and some of the features we have there, and then we're going to take a little bit deeper dive into this abandoned dwarven homestead keep here and show you the different levels. All right, let's get to it. Okay, here's our abandoned dwarven homestead that's been taken over and desecrated by orcs or goblins or whatever setup you have. It's 4 stories tall. We're going to go ahead and start up here on the top. The top is just a couple of tower tops, okay? And you'll have a couple of options in terms of doors you can use on top there to plug that hole up. Moving on from there, we have our 3rd story right there. We do have little floor covers. There's going to be stairs going all the way up through this thing. So if you need to increase floor space a little bit, you can go ahead and pop that doorway cover on there to give you a little more playable space. Each one of these has narrow sort of crossbow slots for defense. Now, moving down to the 2nd layer, we have a vaulted entranceway with a usable staircase there. Each one of those stairs is around 1 inch, so you should be able to balance a 25mm stand on any one of those stairs. Now, when I assembled mine, I went ahead and left the back unglued. That way I can gain entrance to this area without having to take the stairs apart. And then I glued the 2 stair parts together so I can drop them right on there and still use them while I use that area down there. If I take these stairs off, you can see we have a sliding door right there from the balcony. Okay. And then you can see we have one more stair cover right here. This leads us down to our last layer. We have stairs leading down into a very spacious base. Go ahead and toss a mini in there real quick so you can see how that scales out there. Whoops, that's the end of him. Okay, we're going to start out with our basic wall sections. You got 2 curved sections and you got 2 straight sections. All of these are very widely based, so you don't need to worry about them falling apart. We design them that way so you can just stack these walls together freeform without having to worry about connections on the side. In order to maximize your ease in putting these together, we have a variety of wall ends on each side. This one, for example, has 2 stones. This one has 2 squares with a space in there. Here we got 4 round timbers bound together. And then this one here is kind of a mix. The other ones are different as well. And that basically maximizes your options in terms of being able to put these things together at different angles without creating an awkward space there. Okay. Now, the only thing you have to assemble on these are the spikes, the ground spikes right there. Those will just print out either an FDM or resin. We have them set up both ways. Then you can just insert them into their slot. Okay. Okay. Moving on, we have this gate fortification. It has stairs leading up to the top. Pretty generous play area here. It comes with a little gate that you can just slide in there. The gate itself prints in 2 halves. You can go ahead and glue these together. You will be given a couple of tabs that can attach down at the bottom to help with alignment if you need it. But this is a pretty easy one. This is a pretty easy one to eyeball, and that's really all there is. You can see there's a good amount of width here on the side, and that'll allow you a lot of options in terms of where you can place an adjoining wall, depending on how you want the rest of the fort to shape its way out from that front gate. Okay. Last thing I want to share with you today are these versatile towers. Okay. They're basically desert standing stones with towers built around them and on top of them. We have two that have a slight curve to them and one of them that's for a straightaway, okay? Now what we have here on these is our open peg stacking system. We have these little serrated pegs that we've used numerous times before, and those just insert. If you have a hard time putting them in by hand, you might need to use a little hammer to tap them in. Remember, if they go too far, the peg holes go all the way through, so you can just push them back up with a nail or whatever, or an Allen wrench. Those work good too. Anyways, I'm just placing 4 of these in here. Now, each of these towers and each of these tops of all 3 have the same spacing for their tops, okay? So the bottoms are all going to look like that. And what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to put the tower on there in 4 different directions, okay? Let's go ahead and pick one for now. So we got that stuck up on there, nice and sturdy. Now, the corner towers don't have any of these spikes on them, and the reason I did that is so you can reverse them in case you need an inverted corner, okay? So let's say your fort's going around, like this is more of a traditional sort of setup like this. Then you have a wall going back here, but let's say you want that inverted. For some reason, maybe there's a turn. You can just spin these around and do that. Say you do something totally different like that. And now because you have these pegs here that allow you to rotate, you can go ahead and change the top of this into a position that's more useful for that angle. Okay. So there, now our top is providing fortification from the direction you need for this wall setup. All right. All right, thank you for stopping in today. That's the end of what I have. Everybody enjoy their holiday coming up, and we'll see you in the next month, okay? Bye-bye.